All right. Welcome to Workaholic Wednesdays at Sustain Studio. This is Sustainability, your podcast for sustainability founders to tap into logic, and strategies to help you grow your business. Today is Workaholic Wednesday, the 30-minute high velocity sprint. So this is a quick workshop. It's not going to be too long. So it's all about um, intensity, and solo execution with long-term personal sustainability. So on Workaholic Wednesdays, we shut out external noise to focus on deep work, physical stamina, data infrastructure, and personal reflection. So um, there's three parts to a day: healthy lifetime blocking, business info automation, journaling, and documenting your progress. So we're going to go over those three objectives today. We're going to go ahead and jump into it. So number one is about, healthy time blocking. So high output requires strict boundaries. If you treat your calendar as an open-ended workspace, the business will expand and consume your health, your family time, and your sleep. So you got to have a hard stop. I'm calling it the hard stop principle. Before you schedule a single business meeting, block out your non negotiable personal commitments on your calendar first. This includes sleep windows, family meals, and gym sessions. Make sure that all of that stuff is non negotiable. And then the second thing is the energy audit. You want to allocate your most complex analytical tasks to your peak energy hours. Keep your administrative maintenance or standard communication loops contained within lower energy periods. And then the physical intermission. For every 50 hours of deep focus, schedule a mandatory 10-minute block to step away from screens, hydrate, and move physically to maintain circulation and stamina. And after saying all that, I'm actually gonna have a glass of water real quick. Stay hydrated. So the second part of your day is about business info and automation. So to scale an organization without burning out, you must remove yourself as the manual bottleneck for basic data handling. Business information automation ensures that critical data flows seamlessly into central repositories without requiring constant manual entry. So you want to centralize your data. So we're breaking it down. We're looking at this in the most simple way at a high level form. So you want to set up a simple automated capture point. When a contact form is submitted, a donation is processed, or a document is updated, use background integrations to route that data automatically to a central master ledger or CRM database. We don't have too many guests today, but normally I'd ask where you're tracking your contact us data or the forms that you're receiving from the people in your network or from your customers. But I'm kind of solo today. So moving forward, just make sure that you can collect that data. A lot of people create websites and tools that actually lead to nowhere. So if you are vibe coding, you want to have Superbase, you want to have access to Vercel, you want to have somewhere for that data to go, Zapier, go high level, whatever it has you. Make sure that that data is being properly taken in. All right. So the next part is the reference vault. You want to maintain a structured digital repository for standard operating procedures. Have your media kits, all your assets in one place. So by automating the categorization of incoming operational data, you eliminate the time spent hunting for files across disparate systems. And right now, Google is my best friend. Gemini, because I've been using Google for way over a decade, and now all of that collective experience and time using that tool, now I can automate tasks and I can, move data just with Gemini on its own. So the more that you can save references to all of your data, the more you're going to actually be able to automate the capabilities of it. And so the third thing for business info automation is asset optimization. So ensure that recurring analytical data, financial receipts, and contact updates are captured at the point of origin, freeing up your cognitive energy for strategic decision making rather than manual file management. So that means basically everything needs to be organized where it goes. You got to have a filing cabinet, put it where it goes. If a customer makes a purchase, save that receipt, make sure it's in the QuickBooks in the right place. Just make sure that everything is organized. And also, when you do that, you're able to make those actions faster. So if you have an MOU that you need to fill out so you can receive some funds, you're more likely to get that email completed and send that outreach faster, knowing that you have, a process in place for documenting it. So make sure, and first of all, send that email immediately, call that person immediately, and then just save it. And if you can keep doing that, you'll find consistent growth with your goals. All right. So the third thing today is about journaling and documenting the progress of your work. So unseen progress leads to psychological fatigue. When you're moving fast, it's easy to feel like you're standing still unless you're intentionally auditing your trajectory. So there's three things we're going to go over today: the quantitative log, the qualitative purge, and the progress archive. These all these titles sound kind of like generic, so try to make it as simple as possible. All right, so we're going to go over the quantitative log. So you're going to document raw historical data every week. Write down your exact cash balances, your user engagement metrics, and your completed milestones. This strips emotion out of the evaluation process and replaces anxiety with concrete facts. Journaling is so important because when you actually know the truth about what's going on in your business and with yourself emotionally, you're able to really find those solutions a lot better. So make sure that you keep a log of all this information, even if you're in a place where there's a lot of growth needed. You want to document this so when you look back in the future, you know where you truly were. And then the qualitative purge. So spend the final minutes of each work session in your day brain dumping mental clutter onto paper. Isolate what went well. Identify where the operational friction occurred and clarify your immediate priorities for the next 24 hours. And so the last thing is the progress archive. So treat your daily notes as an ongoing historical record of your project. Documenting the reality of your building phase creates an archive of institutional knowledge that anchors your mission when scaling or onboarding future team members. And I would like to add a golden nugget about Notebook LM through Google. You're able to take all of your progress, your notes, all the logic from your writing style, and put it in a language model that only goes based on the sources that you give it. And if you kind of use the journaling theories and the documenting and all of these different rationales today, a tool like Notebook LM can take your daily journaling and your time blockers and all of that to build structures and to build new growth for you, new opportunities. We call it revenue generating activity, where you can actually see that growth physically and start building that accountability system for yourself with AI. So definitely that's the golden nugget. Use Notebook LM. All right. And so we're going to go over a quick look at what we talked about today. So part one was about healthy life and time blocking. One thing I did not stress enough is the importance of meditation. You've got to slow it down. You've got to take time to rest, give thanks to the creator, give thanks to yourself, give thanks to your family, give thanks to just peace and just be still. It's really important to either start, finish your day, find time during your day to have peace. And also work out, challenge yourself, try to hit a new goal, try to gain some muscle, not just lose some weight. Try to really evolve yourself and put some intention into your life. And so second thing we talked about is business information automation. So you want to set up automated systems to capture, organize, and store operational data. And first of all, have a system in place. If you hear automated and you say, well, what am I automating? You don't need to automate anything. You need to journal and figure out what needs to happen, what engagement needs to take place, what systems need to work for your business to operate. So, but once you're in that place, you have that clarity, then you'll go and discover all the technological tools that you need to get there. And the third thing we talked about was journaling. and documenting your progress. And so log your daily wins, track your metrics, and clear out the mental clutter for long-term clarity. This is so important. Just, even if you just get a pen and paper and you just run through it, just write it down. I mean, we're in the AI age. You can literally take a picture of that piece of paper and leverage it to the highest level. So never short yourself on an opportunity to do a brain dump, whether it's in your phone, on paper, on a whiteboard, or anything. And yeah, so that's what we talked about today. This is all about, being a workaholic, but you don't want to be too addicted to work. So make sure that you get addicted to peace, really find clarity and really be obsessed with yourself, with your positive, output of your life. Don't be stuck in the negative. Don't think about what we don't have. Think about what we do have, what we're looking for, what resources we do have. Always focus on abundance. So don't just be a workaholic, be an active thinker. So shut down your communication feeds. Take the next 30 minutes to apply this framework. Lock your personal health boundaries into your calendar, audit an automated data capture loop, and write down your concrete wins for the week. Tomorrow is Thread Thursday, where we open the doors back up to focus entirely on network weaving, strategic outreach, and community ecosystem alignment. And this is Benjamin Ariel Thomas with Ariel Judah Worldwide Incorporated. This is the Sustained Ability Podcast. Thank you all so much for being here.